Ta-da! Hi everybody, Coach Corey back again, and I'm making this video to tell you how I got out of my low self-esteem, poor body image. I came out in my last video about how I had been bulimic, and it has taken me many years to learn how to be happy and learn how to love myself, but I have been doing some soul searching, and I would like to share with you what some of those steps were. Broken down really quickly, noticing when you're criticizing yourself or comparing yourself with other people, turning on your curiosity and childlike, open nature, choosing to be happy and intentionally increasing things that bring you pleasure, and adapting an attitude of gratitude and appreciation, and finally taking risks. Those are the steps that I've broken it down into. And my story begins with my first memory of not liking how I looked. I was 6 years old. I stepped out of the bath and I saw myself in a full-length mirror. I was walking sideways and I had a bowl haircut and a big kid belly. And when I saw the image, I kept walking, and in my mind, I went, oh no, I don't look like the fairy. I don't look like the joyful, radiant being that I feel like I am on the inside. How will people see that if that's what I look like on the outside? And I started taking ballet at the same time, and we had to, of course, do everything standing straight with our tummies sucked in, and I stopped breathing. I stopped taking full belly breaths. Oh, and years down the road, I remember being weighed the day after Thanksgiving. I was given a goal of losing 5 pounds, and I was weighed the day after Thanksgiving. Why did they do that to me? Oh, ridiculous. Or walking in a really bad mood and the director saying, leave your emotions at the door. There's just so much not paying attention to your body and shutting off from it in the ballet world. So there have been a lot of little things and some really big things that have helped me on this healing journey. Learning to take yoga has been incredibly, it's been a joy, a learning experience, a challenge, but I credit yoga today to why I've actually stayed in such good shape, why I'm so strong. Last time I flexed my muscles. Why I'm so strong, why I'm still so flexible, and why I have a great attitude. A lot of that is from yoga. Yoga isn't about making these really difficult shapes and holding them for an incredible amount of time. A lot of people who don't do yoga have the wrong idea about it. It's really about learning to listen to the wisdom of your body on any given day as it changes. Being at peace with yourself. Practicing non-violence on yourself. It's not about making yourself suffer to be a pretzel. It's about actually experiencing sensation, experiencing pleasure in your body. And that's another thing that wasn't working for me when I was in low self-esteem and holding a negative image of my body, is I wasn't really enjoying being in my body. And I would encourage anyone to find more ways to have pleasure in your life. Physical pleasure, mental, whatever, laughter, hugs, sunbathing, wearing clothes that are sensuous. A lot of pieces contributed to me starting to enjoy living in my body. And I now make an effort to make sure I do things I love, wear things that I enjoy for how they feel, and eat foods that I love. And that's another thing that has been really, really great, is giving myself permission to eat whatever I want. And that was a really hard one to learn. I, however, met a woman in a class many years ago. I was 15, in a class called Eating Freely. She had a really big problem never allowing herself to have cookies and chocolate because they had a control over her. She thought she wouldn't be able to stop, and so she was always like fighting with herself, wanting them and depriving herself. And in this class, she gave herself permission to eat chocolate chip cookies. And for days, she said it was 3 days, she ate as many cookies as she wanted whenever she wanted. And she was so excited when she shared this with us, because on the 4th day, she woke up and she went on her scale and she'd lost 5 pounds. She went into the kitchen and she was done. The cookies no longer controlled her, and she wasn't fighting her obsession for them. She made herself eggs. She didn't even want them anymore. And so that was really inspiring for me. I continue to look for inspirations. I continue to look for happy, inspired people who are enjoying their lives and trying to befriend them. That energy is contagious, man. I love it. And yeah, something else that I love is being bold, right? You can tell I'm an extrovert. I really love talking to strangers. I love sharing my joy, being loving. And when I was 18, I went to West Africa to study dance. And wow, I got way more than I expected. I thought I was going to learn another form of dance, and I learned to accept my body the way it was. I was complaining once. I couldn't do a certain move because I don't have a big behind, and it was supposed to swing to the front over each hip. And I said, how can I do it? And she said, you shake what you got. And it was like, you take what you have, what you've been given from God or your ancestors, however you want to look at it, and you make that shine, that uniqueness. You make your ancestors proud. You are their living descendant. It's your job as a dancer to preserve their line and their beauty and radiate it out. Tell their story through your body, however it looks. And I was dancing with some really big women, and they were beautiful. That was also great for me, really great. Also in massage school, massaging women who had much larger bodies than society accepts as beautiful, who enjoy being in their bodies. In Africa, I saw 2 women in their 50s who were definitely overweight by, our American standards, although have you noticed almost everybody's overweight? And they were playing at the sea, splashing each other, giggling like little girls, totally shamelessly enjoying being in their bodies. They didn't even have swimsuits. They were poor women. They had little tank tops and boxer shorts from their husbands, and they were beautiful. So today I look for inspiration everywhere. And I also now through studying biology have come to the realization that the human body is completely a miracle. We cannot take this for granted. Billions and billions of cells are working, individual organisms, are working together seamlessly 90%, 100% of the time to create this vessel that functions. And you get to have the experience of having this human body. But it's almost like a whole universe of people are living and breathing and doing those functions so that you can be here. Wow. How can we take that for granted? That's awesome. So I hope I've encouraged you to dare to be yourself. You have something to offer unique to the world that nobody else does. And let your love, let your light shine, because when you do, you give other people permission to let theirs out, and it is completely contagious. So if you have any questions for me, if you want me to answer anything in a coaching video, post it here on YouTube. I'll be very happy to come back and speak to you again. Until then, see you next time.